Hey, how's it going, you guys? This is petplatypus here, and it's time to review One Piece chapter. Fuck, what chapter was it? Fuck, I'm gonna put it on the screen. Oda. You're fucking crazy, bro. Oh my god. You can't predict this man. You just can't. Like, you can predict little things here and there, sure, fine, but this man. This chapter was crazy. Okay, first of all, the backstory with Doflamingo's family. That was really... See, Oda's still in dark mode. Now, excuse my absence, I haven't reviewed One Piece in a while. It's all the chapters have been on fire. He's been delivering great shit, but I just haven't been reviewing them. Last week's was great, and Oda was in dark mode with, like, dead kids and shit, but he's still in dark mode, because you hear what these people are saying that the Celestial Dragons did to their family, like the slave and the suicide and the... kids got shot 16 times. Like, whoa, Oda, calm down. And you got Doflamingo and his family strung up, and they're getting shot at, and these people are just so pissed off at them because they are Celestial Dragons, but since they're not associated with them anymore, the Marines won't show up for killing them. So, yeah, and then we cut back even further. We actually see Doflamingo's eye for a second. I caught that. I was like, oh, Oda, you're teasing, because we've never seen him without the fucking glasses on, but... I thought there was a reason why he was, you know, sleeping like that with the book on his face. For some reason, I just felt like there was no reason Oda would show that without that meaning something. And he was having a dream about his life in the past and how his father was like, well, we're humans, so we're going to go down to live with humans. And then everything goes shitty when Doflamingo opens his big fat mouth and talks about how he's so fucking amazing and how he's a fucking Celestial Dragon. So they're getting chased down and hunted, and they won't let him back into the fucking... holy city, because, you know, he's a filthy human now all of a sudden. Scum that hate the Celestial Dragons. Ah, that Luffy punch is always going to be one of the best moments in the series. But, yeah, you know, you got Doflamingo eating garbage, and, you know, him and his brother, and the mom dies. We didn't see him kill his dad in this part of the flashback, but, we end up getting Law. He shows up and he's like, fuck, I'm dead, they know. I tried to bribe fucking Buffalo, but it's not gonna work. But it turns out that Corazon covered for him, which is interesting. And Doflamingo wants him to be a full-fledged member of the Don Quixote family. And we get like a montage of them going on missions. They're getting a little older, you know. We see him training with everyone like Doflamingo said that he did. And the Lao G one was funny though, because he's just like, Law's just like fucking pancaked on the ground, fucking totally wastelanded, and fucking Lao G's just standing there. We get some scenes where they get rescued during the missions and everything, and then we get to the real fucking shocker of the chapter, which I guess some people probably predicted, but they didn't really think there was any, like, evidence or stock in it. They were just like, hey, maybe Law is, you know, even though we don't see it in his name at any point, but maybe he is, and he turns out to be, they're talking about their names. Apparently Baby 5 and Buffalo are code names. That makes perfect sense, because no one would name their daughter Baby 5. And Buffalo, like, I mean, I guess that's more acceptable than Baby 5, but still. Fuck, I want to know who Crocodile's parents were, dude. Who the fuck names their kid Crocodile? That... Anyways. But yeah, he ends up saying that his name is Trafalgar D. Waterlaw. Okay, I had a quick interruption. Let's see, where was I? Oh yeah, his name. Trafalgar D. Waterlaw, which is a weird name. Like, the water part's kind of weird. And in one translation I read, which was like the worst translation, I guess you could call it, I felt like he said the water, or I think in that translation it was Watel or something, was like a, his mom's side or something. But in this, it was like a taboo or something. So that's, I don't know what, you know, I'd have to read the official Viz Media translation to get an accurate, you know, thing. But that's not that important. What ends up happening after that, though, is he gets grabbed by Corazon, and he's taken over, and Corazon's like, hey, I can talk, by the way. And he's like, hey, is that true? Is that your name? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, then get the fuck away from Doflamingo. That's the last person you want to be around. And it's like, whoa, what the fuck? And Corazon has like this intense face, and he's talking. And this raises questions like, could he talk this whole time? Does he really not care for his brother? Does he want to help out the D family? I mean, we don't even know what the will of D really is still in the series, but it's just so interesting that Law, for one, is one. That's really cool. And also, he's still dying of the disease, so we'll have to see what happens with that, because he's still, like, 3 years. I mean, I think he said he was going to die even sooner than he thought he was. And he had, like, the white spots on his body, so we'll have to see what happens there, but he's definitely going to get saved, obviously, because he's older in the time skip, but, or not time skip, he's older in the current time, so, yeah, I don't know, but, then you have Corazon there telling him you gotta fucking bail, and it's just like, holy shit, so we'll just have to see what happens. We clearly see that in the present time, Doflamingo does not like the name D. When Law mentions it, he fucking just, like, gets so pissed at Law. I remember that scene when they animated that shit, too. Oh, they had, like, one of their best animators, Naotoshi Shida, on that shit. When Law's like, the fucking will of D will bring a storm. That was a great scene. Not really sure why they brought that guy in to do such a non-action-y scene, but whatever, it was cool. Not talking about the anime, we're talking about the manga, and yeah, like I said, it does raise questions, though. It raises questions like, what's Corazon to Doflamingo? Why hasn't he been talking if he is capable of talking? So we'll just have to see what goes on there, but yeah, and it seems like we're probably going to get one more chapter of flashback, and then we'll probably cut back to the present. Hopefully we get an entire chapter of flashback. I still feel like we really need to get, the death of Corazon, what he does for love. Maybe even 2, honestly, but we'll just have to wait and see. And what else? No, that was pretty much the entire chapter. I'm just trying to remember any of the minor things that were there, but I don't think so. So, yeah. It was a pretty fucking fantastic chapter, honestly. I mean, Oda's still in dark mode, which is always surprising, and the stuff that happened to Doflamingo and everything, it really shows you how people feel about the Celestial Dragons. I mean, people don't like them, but you just hear this terrible fucking shit that they do, and just how fucking angry and aggressive the people are. And the people aren't depicted in, like, a noble, heroic way. They have very dark... Like, people say Oda can't draw fucking dark shit. Bullshit, he can't draw dark. Are you kidding me? You got, like, the shading on their faces and the tears. He does a really good job with that art in that section of the chapter. And then the section of the chapter that's not present day, but it's, like, the original flashback, because it goes, like, a flashback within a flashback on some Inception shit. All that art was good, too. So, overall, I think it was a pretty fantastic chapter. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. No, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, honestly. It was pretty fucking damn good. I mean, finding out what Law's true identity, that's enormous. Corazon, great cliffhanger. Can't wait for next week. 10 out of 10 chapter of One Piece. And, yeah, so thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys thought of this chapter of One Piece in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.